Well, I should be familiar, but I don't. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, just it was so it was already on. I went ahead and turned it off. It's just a little mic button. So,
I think it's just you hold the mic button.
it's still on. Maybe there's been
Okay, because we don't turn it on.
that one. So that one was on, and I turned that one off. Okay.
So that's the one that we're going to have them use, Carter, Councilman Carter. And then you'll, yes, so, yeah, you're going to,
Hi there.
Hello, how are you? Doing great.
Jeff.
So I'll be recording tonight.
Okay.
And I'm excited.
Yeah. What's up, Sidney?
fun. That shirt is awesome. Thank you. It's my most festive shirt.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to thank you all for attending Tuba Christmas tonight. My name is Stephen Carter, and I have the privilege to serve as the District 5 representative for the Gallatin City Council. I'm often approached by people and they think that I'm a tuba player. I'm not exactly sure why, though. I'd say it must be my lightning fast reflexes. This is such a wonderful tradition. 2024 is the 51st anniversary for the Tuba Christmas concert series worldwide, including cities and places like New York City, San Francisco, and Hawaii. Tonight's program will begin with the Tennessee Tech Tuba Ensemble, led by Dr. Preston Light, and then the volunteer tuba and euphonium players will join in, and conductor Derek Haney will take the reins. Before we start making some music, I'd like to thank First Baptist Church and Pastor Travis Fleming for hosting this event. This is a beautiful sanctuary, and we certainly appreciate your gift to the community. And at this time, I'd like to welcome Pastor Travis Fleming to the stage to say a few words.
What a great crowd here tonight. We've never had this many instrumentalists here, I don't think, from the community. So this is a packed house. Welcome to First Baptist Gallatin. I met many of you on your way in from the parking lot. It's cold outside, and it's cold enough to put me in the spirit of Christmas coming soon, right? Anybody ready for Christmas? Yep. Some kiddos raising their hands as well. Just by show of hands, how many of you would say this is your very first time coming to the Tuba Christmas concert? Just raise your hands. Okay, numerous folks, all right? I think this is my 8th one that I've been to, so I've been here for 8.5 years, and it's a joy to welcome you on behalf of First Baptist Gallatin. Let me just put a little plug in for our Christmas Eve service that's coming up. When? There you go, Christmas Eve, that's right, at 5 p.m. So if you don't have a church home, you're looking for somewhere to go and to enjoy a Christmas Eve service, we want to invite you to come and be a part of that. But thank you again for coming. Thank you to all the students from Tennessee Tech. Thank you to Dr. Light for being here tonight. It's a joy to have you all, and welcome to those that are tuning in via our live stream service as well. But it's my joy at this time, I'm going to invite Allison Bush to come up here on this, whatever this is, platform. Come and join me. Allison is the music teacher at Union Elementary here in town, and she does so much for the community, not only with the school, but also for Gallatin. And she's also one of our church members here at First Baptist Gallatin. So Allison's going to open us with prayer at this time, okay? All right, Allison.
Let us bow. Heavenly Father, I pray we come to you tonight with excitement and jubilation as we start this new season. As we listen to the familiar carols, some bringing back wonderful memories, let us always remember the true joy comes from our Savior's birth. Let us keep Jesus with us tonight and with the many events that fill our calendar, but let our hearts always be filled with you. We ask all these things in your name. Amen. I have the privilege of introducing Gallatin's very own poet laureate, Mr. Kevin Chopson.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. This is a poem that I've read here before, but I always force myself to delightfully, it's not really forcing, add a little bit every year. So it's a little bit different. It's a revision for this season. The poem is for tuba players and for you, the audience, and for the joy of music itself. It's called The Round Sound of Christmas. The round sound of Christmas, a tubular swirl of shining brass like gold, royal, a conduit for the music of God. The round sound of Christmas rests in riding the lower lines, keys closer to the sound of earth, the ancient sound of the universe, the sound of what was and what will be, reaching high from thickets through righteous thorns to the crown. The round sound of Christmas, heaven bound and heaven sent, yet filled with sleighs full of noted joy, carried by the wind. The round sound of Christmas, pounds and pounds of hammered love, fluted glory, and the majesty of mounds and mounds of Christmas found. Here, now, here, now, the round sound of Christmas. Thank you. I now have the pleasure of introducing Dr. Preston Light and the Tennessee Tech Tuba Ensemble.
here at the beginning. Could I get another show of hands for how many people this was your first time here? It's quite a few, wow. Where have you been the last few years? Last year was a little bit early. It was still November, and I don't know how I feel about that still. But this year the calendar worked out. We made it in December. We started working on this in October, and I might not be the biggest fan of Christmas music, and definitely not when it starts in October. It's way too early. I've got 2 more holidays before I get there. It takes me a while. So we have quite a program for you today. We wanted to start off with a little bit of a bang. Something that might sound a little bit familiar. Around this time of year, there's a group called the Trans-Siberian Orchestra that starts touring. Every year I come with the date. They will be playing in Nashville on December 11th. Tickets are still available. I checked. Just so you know, if you want to leave here and go buy some, go for it. This arrangement it's kind of a mashup of God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen and Carol of the Bells. It was done by an alumni of this ensemble, John Oliver. He's the band director at Upperman High School, very close to us in Cookeville. He's just down the road in Baxter, Tennessee. He's done a lot of arrangements and original works for this group in particular. It's always a fun one to start off with. I have to make sure they're good and warmed up so they can get into the rest of the stuff. So if they can play that, they can handle the rest of the show. But we're going to move on to something that maybe we're a little more familiar with. Next up is the most wonderful time of the year. I definitely lost where my notes are. Yeah, a 1963 classic. Andy Williams made this famous with his recording of it. We hope you enjoy the most wonderful time of the year. Next up, we have another classic Christmas tune, Hark the Herald Angels Sing. This tune first appeared in a collection of hymns and sacred poems back in 1739. It's been around for quite a while. The lyrics to it come to us from Charles Wesley and George Whitefield. This is another arrangement, and this is kind of a thing for this ensemble especially. We've had lots of pieces written specifically for us and arrangements done. This next one was done by another alumni, Angelo Cortica, who is now, I believe, band director in the Cleveland, Ohio area. Many years ago, I think in the early 2000s, there was actually a recording done by this ensemble of a lot of the tunes that you're going to hear tonight. So if you leave here going, this was my first time listening to a tuba ensemble concert, and I really enjoy it, we have multiple recordings that you can find online if you use streaming services or things like that, and you can listen to us as much as you want. If that doesn't make you excited, I'm not sure I can say anything else for the rest of the night that will. So you just have to take my word for it. Up next, we have another one that you hear a lot of time at this time of year. That is the Hallelujah Chorus from Handel's Messiah. I always chuckle to myself, and I wrote this in here, but I don't even need it for this. We do this a lot with tuba ensemble. You're probably not used to hearing this many melodies if you have heard tuba before, because most of the time when we're playing in a band or an orchestra, we're playing a supporting role. And the beauty of this group is we get to spread the melody around to everybody that's on stage. And as a tuba player, we don't get to do that very often. So we like it when we get those opportunities. And I have to chuckle to myself because since we're doing this piece, in the original, tuba wasn't even around, euphonium wasn't around, and yet here we are. We've come a long way. I can only imagine with some of these older composers what they might have done if these instruments did exist at the time. And it's always interesting to see what new things are happening with composers and how they're writing music. And it's always nice to have take a step back, look at some older music, and get to do it with our instruments and these people here on stage. This is the Hallelujah Chorus. have another more traditional Christmas tune for you next. Next, we have one of my favorites on this show. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, and definitely with the weather outside today and some of the snow that we saw earlier this week, I think we're getting there. Plus, one of my favorite parts of the drive here is after we get off of the interstate and the huge Christmas light display that's over on the right side of the road. It's always kind of nice this time of year to always start to see all the decorations and things go up. This song was written in 1951, first made famous by Perry Como and the Fontaine Sisters. There's also a Bing Crosby recording that is also quite famous and popular. This arrangement and a few of the other ones that we're going to do here coming in the next couple of tunes were all done by Dr. Gail Robertson. She's the now instructor of euphonium at Central Arkansas. Yeah, I always get that one wrong. But also at Indiana University, and I believe starting to do some stuff at Boston University. She is quite busy, but has done a number of arrangements because her career kind of started by playing in Disneyland, Disney World. That's the one in Orlando, right? I get them confused. Doesn't take much. But she was actually in a tuba quartet that played down there regularly, and there's actually a recording of them. The Tuba Fours was their name. So, look, since a lot of you are new to this, tuba euphonium players are simple creatures. We don't get very original with our names, and we're just happy that we get work every once in a while. So, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. We had our last rehearsal on Tuesday. This group meets twice a week for about an hour and 15 minutes each time on Tuesdays and Thursday evenings. For some of the last people in the building, everybody else is gone by the time we start rehearsal. But we had to add a new element to it on Tuesday, because as you can see in the back row, we had some movements going on. And on Tuesday, they were going every direction imaginable. We almost had many collisions in the back row. So we had to talk about, we're going to go left. We just got done with marching band a couple weeks ago. You always step off with your left foot. It just made sense. Looks like it worked, because we all went the right direction tonight. So next up, we have Feliz Navidad. This was a song written in 1970 by Puerto Rican singer-songwriter Jose Feliciano. I think I said that right. Probably couldn't do it again. Now, I know I was just out doing some school visits with our brass quintet at Tennessee Tech, and we went to Wilson Central just a couple weeks ago, and I got cornered by their tuba euphonium students afterwards that this was their favorite song that we play. So I hope you enjoy it. We tried to get it to them, but it was for 6 parts. I was thinking it was for quartet when they asked me. So this is, I already forgot, Feliz Navidad. It's been a long day. Our semester is almost over, so we're almost to the end. Tomorrow's the last day of classes, and then we have finals week. That's worthy of a clap, I believe. As I mentioned right before that last tune, we are at the end of our semester. So they have classes tomorrow. After we get back late tonight, I have to check to make sure that they actually go, because otherwise they get in trouble. And then next week we have our juries, our end of semester stuff, finals, graduations next Friday. Which, speaking of which, he doesn't know I'm doing this, But we have one student that's graduating here in December, Mr. Sam Sims. Yeah. And I just wanted to kind of take a moment at this point to kind of brag on this group behind me for just a little bit. They're not used to this. If anybody faints and falls over, we'll fan them and get them back up in their chair. So this is our second program that we've put together this semester. We always have a series of concerts that we call our Oktoberfest concerts that happen in October, where we have a variety of solo and chamber. The tuba ensemble plays a program one night. And then immediately after, our tuba ensemble concert's always on a Wednesday night. They get Thursday off from rehearsal. The following Tuesday, we start this concert. And we start working on it and working it up. So they have worked incredibly hard. We go all the way to the end of this semester. I know it's a lot. This is a super busy time of year for everyone that's in school. And they're almost to the end, and I'm sure they're always like, now we have to get in the van, drive an hour and a half to get there, do a concert. They enjoy doing it. They give me a hard time about the Christmas music, but they really enjoy this and have a good time with it. So can we give them a round of applause for all their work? So do we have any Carpenters fans? Well, you're going to love this next one. Oh, I already see heads nodding. I like it. Yeah, so next up, we're going to play Merry Christmas, Darling. The lyrics to this song were written well before it was actually recorded. And Frank Pooler, who wrote these lyrics, gave them to two aspiring music students of his, who he thought had a band that was starting to do pretty well for themselves. I think we all know that it turned out just fine for them. And so this one actually features one of our euphonium students. Junior music ed student, Nathaniel Spence, is our soloist for this piece tonight. As we get to the end of our program here, we just have a couple of tunes left for you. As everybody knows that's ever been to a Christmas holiday concert for any band, choir, orchestra, pretty much anything you can think of, it doesn't really count as a holiday concert if Sleigh Ride is not on there. So, of course, we have an arrangement of it. We're going to play it for you. Leroy Anderson chart. It's been done for just about any type of group imaginable. Always a lot of fun. We stick fairly true to the original in some parts, except we don't have to worry about trumpet players playing the Horse Whinny at the end or anything like that. We only have the essentials on stage, as most concerts should be. This is the way we like to keep it. This is Sleigh Ride. But wait, there's one more. Before we play this last tune, I would be in lots and lots of trouble if I didn't thank all of the people that make this possible. The mayor's office and Mayor Paige Brown, Angela Davis for coordinating all of this. Adam Bush, who I believe is up top, yeah, right there in the center, for helping me sound better than I do when I have a microphone in my hand. I'm used to sitting in the back row and just staying out of the way. Being up front makes me feel a little weird. But yes, thank you so much to everybody that helps make this possible. We do always enjoy coming here and playing for you all. It's always great to have so many people. This is your first time attending. Don't worry. Hopefully we'll be back next year. All right, I got the yes. There we go. That's what we needed. You always got to put them on the spot, and that way you make sure that you get to come back. So yes, we have one more. We want to wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Hope everybody stays healthy and safe. After we are done, I'm going to hand this over to Derek Haney, who's going to come up, and all the community members are going to join. And we have a few more Christmas tunes to kind of ring out the rest of the night. But thank you all so much for having us, and we hope to see you again next year.
Well, hello there. My name is Derek Haney. I'm a band director outside of Cumberland County, Tennessee. It's so good to be back here again, to get to play Christmas carols for you on, in my opinion, the best family of instruments, the tuba family of instruments. In this first one, we're gonna invite the audience to sing along with us. So we're gonna play the first time through, and then I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna lead the crowd in singing the song. And if you're worried about forgetting the words, I think we'll be okay, because if you can handle fa la 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 la, it's gonna be all right. This first one's going to be Deck the Halls. It's going to be number 3 in the book for the musicians. Number 3 in the book. Thank you very much. So I mentioned the tuba family of instruments earlier. You'll notice that we got a bunch of different tubas of different sizes here. So we've got these smaller tubas here. We call these baritones, euphoniums. If you got a baritone or euphonium, can you please hold it up just a bit? They're also, you can also call them a tenor tuba. It's a smaller tuba. And then you have the bigger size tubas. The bigger ones here in the back. I'm not going to ask you to hold those up. That might be a bad idea. But there's all kinds. There we go. There's all kinds of different shapes and sizes of tubas. And sometimes you get people show up with a double barrel, a double bell euphonium. And we don't have one, unfortunately, this year, but it's always a good sight to see. They come in all different shapes and sizes, and we accept all of them. So if you have a baritone yourself, or a euphonium, or a tuba, any kind of tuba of any shape or size, you can come play with us. Anybody can come play with us. Next, we're going to be playing number 5 in the book, First Noel for you guys. We hope you enjoy the First Noel, number 5 in the book. So I mentioned earlier that that anybody could come and play. So I want to get a poll really quick of some of the ages that we have out here. If you're in high school, could you please raise your hand, community members? Wow. Okay, if you're younger than high school, if you're younger than high school, please raise your hand. Wow. Hey, young man, what's your name? Andrew. And how old are you? And you're in what grade? 8th grade. Wow. Very cool. And so we even, do we have anybody who is retired here? You, sir. And how old are you, sir? 68. So there's no age limit. Okay, we've had people as young as 4th graders and as old as upwards of 81. So if you have a tuba, you don't have to be good. Just show up and play. Because that's not what it's about. It's not about being good at the instrument. It's about coming together and playing Christmas carols together. That's what's important. Next, we're going to play for you, number 14 in the book for the musicians. We're going to play Joy to the World. I hope you enjoy Joy to the World. So this next one is one of my favorites. We're going to do the thing again where we're going to invite the audience to sing with us. We're going to play through one time, and then I'm going to turn around and sing with you. This is definitely one of my favorite songs. It's a very pretty one. It's Silent Night. So please join us in singing Silent Night. That's number 11 for the musicians. All right, thank you. That was beautiful. They did an awesome job. The next one we're gonna play is everybody's favorite Christmas song. And it's one that, if you didn't know, started out as a Thanksgiving song. The next one we're gonna play for you is Jingle Bells, which is number 33 for the musicians. Jingle Bells. Thank you very much. So I'll tell you one thing about tuba and euphonium players. We all share one brain cell. So whenever we all slow down, we all slow down. Sometimes we need to take things a little bit slower. And I don't care who you are, if you're a tuba player, if you're a euphonium player, if you meet another person and you know they're a tuba or euphonium player, you're brothers. You already know each other. Tonight we can't let you leave without playing this song for you. We're gonna play for you We Wish You a Merry Christmas for the musicians. That is number 23. So thank you so much for coming out, and don't be scared to come play with us. I mean, if you've got a tuba, if you've got a euphonium, just come play with us. It's a lot of fun. So this is the last one we're going to be playing for you. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. We wish that you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you so much for coming out.